Good afternoon, good evening, good night, good morning, whatever. Just another quick pop-up stream while waiting to fly on with Brett Plays later tonight on his long road home series. I decided to kill some time. I'm not normally a fan of buying these planes. They don't seem to tickle my fancy, but this one just reached out to me and said, you want me, so I'm going to go ahead and I went ahead and purchased it, got it all downloaded. I have yet to fly it, so let's hope there's no major issues. And I figured I'd take you along for the first impressions. It this just kind of called to me from growing up on the water and the old beautiful boats, and this is kind of like the old Fan Bowens and Chris Crafts of the old boats, and just nostalgia. Growing up on the lake and playing with the old boats, these kind of drove me to getting this one. I'm not expecting much out of it other than hopefully it flies good. Other seaplane that flies good. I have my suspicions it's going to be incredibly slow, but that's okay. It looks pretty. And I can't stop it, obviously. It started already. Let's go inside, see what we got. Oh, this is right up on top of one of the... Oh, this is top center. That's where you drive it from. Seem to be drifting around aimlessly. Got here magnetos, starters, panel lights, fuel pumps, comms, modern comms. Obviously, is I don't think this beast has wheels, so you can't land on land ever. I'm not even sure how to get to the rest of the seating positions. I have yet to play with it. I was hoping to do a cold start, but apparently it's started with the motors already in. And the quality, looks pretty good so far. But I can see through that. Well, let's take her up for a spin and see how we do. What do we got down here? Throttle, mixture, engine anti-ice, more mixture, more engine anti-ice, coolant radiator flap, okay, and pitch trim, and that's really about it in this thing. I'll have to figure out how to change seating positions to see if they did anything with the cab. sorry, I got a hell of a cough. Pollen's crazy. Well, let's take her up in the air and see what she does. I need that on. See if we can even get her in the air. Watch the gauges. Any of these work other than those? An airspeed indicator here. And we're up. I don't see my RPM indicators. There they are. I don't crash trying to look over these. There's your altitude, anemometer, wind speed. Okay. Compass. Literally an old naval compass. Let's see if we can't trim it out, get it leveled off, and see what it does. See how she holds out here. No, trim it too high. Artificial horizon would be nice. That's asking too much for an aircraft that's this old. We're in Italy. Figured why not? This is where the aircraft was invented. See if we can take a better look at things here. It looks like it's got no rudder, so a water rudder, so all controlled with airflow over the main rudders. It's like maximum cruise is only about 100 knots, 90 to 100 knots. You can adjust the mixture and get a little bit more performance out of the motors here. We're not redline yet. Nope, that's it. Flat out. Flat out, not quite level flight. It wants to roll. Figured it wouldn't have as much roll having opposing rotation push-pull configuration, but it's still got some torque roll to the right. That may be the wind too. I don't know if I'm on live weather. No, definitely not. Yep, in live weather, so that could be the wind. Oh no, it looks like a pretty decent bird. I really got to figure out how to get inside. There's supposed to be actual cabins inside this. Passenger cabins. And from what I've read, it was also designed to be a torpedo bomber. That it could mount a torpedo down here and hang out in the water and wait till ships come in too close and they could take off and drop torpedoes. I like the fact that you sit in the middle up above the everything. The detail on it looks really excellent. It's well detailed, a little scratched up here and there. Looks old, but well kept. We're going to go land and see if we can't do it. Restart it. Turn around here and land on the ocean. Don't know if it's got flaps. I don't believe so. If it does, I don't see them. No flaps. No speed brakes. Well, let's just pull the power back. You see how well it coasts down to the ground, or down to the water anyways. And then we'll try to do a restart on it. Could use some less scratches on the windshield. That's to be expected, I guess, being this old. I have to admit, one of the things that's kind of bugging me about this is the fact that it's all beautiful wood, all been redone, nice and shiny. Looks like it's all new leather there, but then the seats look older than dirt. Looks like nobody ever bothered to looks like they restored the entire plane but the seats. Looks like it's got a pretty decent glide slope on it. Still 80 knots. But the engine's in idle. Descending slowly, about 800 feet per minute. Pretty good for just one very, very large wing. Say, I'm not normally a fan of these older ones, but this one looks like it's just getting it, take a nice slow cruise around harbors. Definitely not going to be a fast cruise anywhere. Oops. back to cockpit view. Oh, there's gauge view. Out the portal. Oh yeah, that's going to be good to fly from. Here's stare at your gauges and look out of this little porthole. Right. I have no idea what all these gauges are. I know some of them. There's a vertical speed indicator. I don't know. Apparently, with the engines completely idle, it's got a heck of a glide slope. Like, shut them off. See what the glide slope is. Well, it still seems to be idling, even though I've got the magnetos off and the fuel off. Fuel's shut down. It's definitely descending a lot faster. Airspeed went way down. Oh, let's see. I'll shut the fuel all the way off when we land and then see if we can't do a restart. So we got no flaps, so oh, skip, and not bad, not terrible. Oh, I guess my props were just free spinning. There we go. And here I am standing on the brakes. Yeah, they work really well in the water. Oh, this is why these impromptu streams are enjoyable, because I have no idea what I'm doing or what I'm saying. Let's try again. We got that was the starter button. That's the starter button. Let's turn the magnetos on. Let's get fuel back up. Okay, am I doing something wrong? Not seeing a turn. It doesn't want to start. I broke it. Not bad. Only been on for about 20 minutes and I broke it. Let's see. That's on. It's got. Oh, let me get some. I'm not even seeing the prop spins though for some reason. Where's the batteries? Batteries. Oh, fuel pumps. Yeah. Batteries on. APU starts off. Ah, it's got a little pony motor. Don't need the panel lights. That sounds like an old snowmobile engine. There we go. That does. It sounds just like my old single-cylinder snowmobile engine. I have no idea where it's at. I'll be up there. Alright, now let's see if we can get this bird started. And we got one up. And we got the other one up. Okay, fuel pump off, APU off. Main engines are going. Let's take it for another little spin. Now we know we can do a cold start with it. This is a pretty bird. Very cumbersome. know what? The cost is right on this one. They're only $15 US. It really takes off rather quite well. Doesn't have the greatest climb rate, but it is a giant boat. It's much more of a boat than an airplane. So, first impressions. Really, that it's worth $15? Yeah, you bet. They say I haven't figured out how to get in the cabins yet, but I imagine they have been done and modeled. I probably can with my drone camera, but I don't even have that turned on. I don't have my... Yeah. I don't even have my controller on. I wasn't planning on doing this. Let's say I'm just doing this because I was bored and waiting to fly with Brett tonight. It's actually not a bad bird. Yeah, the price is reasonable. Yeah, if there's much more than that, maybe not, because I don't know how much I'll actually use it, but I can see me doing a low and slow flight with one of these. And somebody mentioned on Brett's stream the other day that something that might be fun is start a trip with a very old aircraft like this and progressively work yourself up into newer aircraft until you're finally end up with like the Dark Star or the Concorde or something like that. Even though the Concorde's quite a bit older than a lot of aircraft that we have here, so maybe not that one, but just progressively work up through more and more modern aircraft. So this might be a good one to do that with. As I take no credit for that idea. I don't even remember who said it, but credit goes to them. Not a bad bird. Let me see if I can get inside the thing. Turn on my thing. Can't do this. Whoa! Make myself. Hey, I'm sitting up there. Ha! You get to sit with a barrel of fuel. I take it that's the fuel tanks. Yeah, that's comforting that that's your fuel tanks. They didn't put the hatch in under here, but apparently somebody could ride with their head sticking up out that hole. Same thing on the other side. Just 4 old chairs bolted to the floor and a bunch of fuel cans. And I don't see a way in or out of here. There must be a door or hatch somewhere. At least the other one didn't come in and out the top. For that matter, how the heck do you get in the plane up here? You go through it. Nah, I doubt you go through that hatch. Oh, you do. There's the hatch right there. See the handle on it. So you have to climb through here. Oh, well. Yeah, no. That doesn't look fun at all. No, I think I'm going to grab a screenshot. We'll land and call this stream a day. There is no landing gear, so it's forever a seaplane. But it's not a bad bird. Pretty stable. Sluggish, but that's what you'd expect for something this big. don't even remember where the actual seaplane airport is around here. There it is. I don't think it matters. I think we'll just touch down in the ocean. Yeah, call it a day. Call it a flight. But all in all, for $15, I would say it's definitely worth it. $15 US. Oh, there's the door hatches. That's how you climb into there and you get into the pontoons. So you must have to get in here by going through that hatch. Climb through, climb up in here to... Oh, nuts. Wasn't made for creature comforts. It was definitely made for... Its original application was a military application. Looks like some of the trees are back in Italy after all that. I don't know what happened up in the mountains. Parts of Switzerland and Italy have no trees. So this thing will fly forever on idle. Okay, 80 knots level. Well, not quite level. Still descending. That's better. Yeah, I'm going boating, Brett. You'll see if whoever rewatches the stream that I was bored waiting for your stream to start. I went, kind of bought this and decided I'd fly it for the first time and give my impressions of it on stream. Thanks for stopping by. Make sure you do your exclamation point, Brett, just in case anybody future pops by, knows enough to go check out your channel. It's a nice bird. I like it. I'm normally not a really big, like I say, a fan of these historic birds, but this one's nice. It flies well, lands well. Oh, well, let's hope I actually turned that on. Yes, I did. Look at that. It's got a hell of a glide slope when it's on idle because it still pushes it through the air. I still think for the pony motor on this, they got the sound for the pony motors from a it's from a single cylinder snowmobile engine. And we're down. I've been bored all week. That's what it boils down to. I really have. It's just been a terrible week, and I escaped to my streams to get away from everything. So I think you still got me beat. It's just a chance to get away. I was bored. Sitting here, what am I going to do till Brett comes on to fly? It's like, yeah, and then I saw that. I was like, I went and bought it. I shouldn't have, but I did. Oh, well, first impressions, I'll leave it on this. This bird is absolutely worth 15 bucks. It can't land on land ever, so you are stuck to water, airports, or lakes, or oceans. Which I guess in a world that's 2/3 covered with water, that's not a bad thing. The cold start does work on it, unlike the last one. I had it doing about 100 flat out. I have live weather on, so there may have been some wind in there. At level flight was about 100 knots. Which, not bad, not terrible. I always wonder when the altitude's 9 feet above sea level when you're on the ocean. Range, I couldn't tell you. I did start with a full tank and farted around for a while, and we're down about a third. So we probably only got a couple hours on fuel on board. But the craftsmanship of actually bringing it into the sim looks like they did a great job. Like I say, one of the biggest pet peeves I have is the interiors. All the leather's been redone except the seats. The seats look like they're 100 years old. The rest of it looks like they've been redone. Got all the hatches. You can get in the side pods. It looks like a skull for some reason. The teeth and everything. I imagine that was intentional. They don't have the pylons for carrying the torpedo, or at least not in this version. So that was originally invented for, a torpedo aircraft. But on that note, Brett, I think I'm going to go grab something to eat and get ready for your stream. And thanks for stopping by. Good night, everybody. Take care of yourself and each other. And I'm out of here. Grab something to eat, and then I will see you in about an hour. And my